22nd, 2021. And we are still in the middle of a pandemic. And I am here because I think that I can give you some ideas about what you might do during these winter months when many of you are still being very, very careful, and with good reason. This is the first segment of DRAW, D-R-A-W. It's very, very simple. I would like to interest you in drawing. Now, some of you say, oh no, wait, just wait. All right, here's my easel, and I have this paper bag here because I use paper bag paper for drawing sometimes. I just cut it up. This is a doodle I did before I left this morning. I wanted to relax, so I just took time out and I doodled. When I decided to do this show, I thought to myself, what are my objectives? What do I want to get across? I want to share my love of drawing and art. I want to show and tell. I want to demonstrate, demo, and I want to involve you. I want to involve you, the viewer, in the process of drawing. This morning, again, before I left, I did this. I noticed, really for the first time, the box of matches. I made a line and it went at the wrong direction, so I made it again. Am I allowed to do that? Of course. This is a straight line. In just a minute, I'm going to teach you how to draw a straight line. Some of you may know, but it's very easy. I saw the box. I saw the box for the very first time, really. I've had that box of matches forever, and I never really took a look at it. Now down here, it's not a straight line. Is that okay? Sure. Lots of things are okay. So what I want you to do is to think about drawing, to draw. How did this come about? Well, it came about because in the Washington Post, there was an article that showed many pages from a sketchbook that somebody had kept since the beginning of the pandemic. So I printed the whole thing out so I would have it, and I took a page from this book, metaphorically speaking. In other words, I decided, okay, I can do that. It's a very good idea. So here's one of the first things that I did. It's in a sketchbook, and there's a face here, and then here, there's some things that I'd like to do. I'd like to finish what I'd start. I'd like to drink more water. I'd like to slow down. I'd like to do a lot of things. You don't have to have a sketchbook to draw. Please remember that. Now I have a bunch of papers here because I don't know how to operate without words. Why should you draw? Why? Well, because it's fun, because it gives you focus, because you can slow down, and you can really see. You can see in a way you wouldn't see otherwise, and it can lead you to see objects, people, situations more clearly. You can draw alone or with others. A whole family could draw. Could watch this show and draw together afterwards or during that time. All you need is pencil and paper. That's it. And you're off to the races. All right, this is a quote from Mr. Barnes, which I will get into next time. By the way, the next show will be on February 14th or thereabouts, Valentine's Day. This show that I'm taping today will go on about February 1st. And I just thought, if I'm going to start to do this, why not do it twice in February for certain, maybe twice in March too. And after that, I'll reassess. Okay, Benjamin Franklin said, tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. So what I'm trying to do is involve you. Here's the famous line. I can't draw a straight line. Well, everybody can draw a straight line. I'm going to show you how to do it. One man said to me, I draw like a 5-year-old. Well, fine. You can start drawing like a 5-year-old. Here's some straight lines I drew at home and some curved lines. And here's a blank piece of paper. All right. Now, I have in my little toolbox here tape, pair of scissors, a mask just in case, and also let me show this. This is all you really need. It is pencils, markers if you want them, and I have a silver spoon, because Ginny said you never can tell when you'll need a spoon. So that's Ginny, Bobby, Linda, Parn, Roe, the 5 of us, the Silver Spoon group, the original Silver Spoon group. Anyway, that's a side road. Here we go. I'm going to draw a straight line. I usually do it on a table, but I can do it here. Okay, you put the tip of whatever you're using down, whether it's a pencil or a marker, and what you do is you focus. Now that's not a good straight line. Is that okay? Yes, it's okay. It's okay to try and not do what you started out. So I'll do it again. Down it goes, focus, slow down. Now near the end here, it got a little shaky, but that's better. That's okay. The operative letters are okay. All right, here we go again. That's okay. Short straight line, longer straight line, longer. All right, that is okay plus. So, can you do a straight line? Sure you can. You do short straight lines until you can do long ones. And then maybe you can do buildings and trucks and planes. What I'm trying to get you to do is to see. It is important to see. And if you draw, you will see. Some people see naturally, but a lot of us don't. Now, here is the part that maybe is a little scary. Some of you are afraid. You're afraid of drawing because you don't want to look foolish. You think, I can't learn anything new. I'm 35 years old, or I'm 75 years old. Well, that isn't true. You can learn something new all the time, every day, if you feel like it. So, if you're afraid, do it afraid. I said that to my granddaughter about something, and she did it, afraid. Maybe you have to fail. Fail. It's a good word. Maybe you have to fail. Yes, fail, until you learn to enjoy the process of trying something new. Whether you're trying to learn how to play tennis, or how to draw, or how to drive a car, or how to make Lego buildings. Here is a sheet that I did to get ready for this. It was too much information, so I went all over it, and that's okay. It is okay to try and not meet your expectations. You have to do bad art until you do good art. Annie Briggs, Sarah Massey, Sally Olson, Ted Holland, all those people in the AP class. Annie Briggs is the one who came up with bad art until you do good art. All right, now this is a lot on it, but it's very simple. In drawing, everything is okay, as long as you're focused. If you expect to be perfect when you start out, you're not going to do it. A schema is something like this. It is something that you draw in a certain way. This, my granddaughter did. Mallory Sauls did the bee. She did the girl. She did the flower and the heart and what is below. I think that's land and water. I'm not sure. She did this a number of years ago, but it is absolutely delightful. All right, back to this. Drawing, schema. What's your schema? Maybe your schema for a person, for yourself, is a circle with 2 dots for eyes and a curve for a mouth. That's fine. Blind drawing, I'm probably not going to have time for today. You can doodle. Anybody can doodle. Doodle is just making marks on paper. You can try to do realistic drawing. Try to draw something and have it look like what it is. You will like your art sometimes if you try this. You will not like your art sometimes. But if you have fun, if you focus, if you slow down, and if you see, then you are successful. Now, just to make you think that I'm capable of teaching you something about drawing, I'll put up some of these drawings. This is a hand that I spent a lot of time on. It is line, and then it is with the pencil, the same tool used throughout, and then light and shadow. Now, that's not what a lot of you are going to do now. This I did as a demo for a 10-minute promotional piece, and maybe we could get a close-up of this. For a 10-minute promotional piece for New Year's Eve. I did this with my hand, and then I drew it. And what happened is the thumb disappeared, so that makes it easier. And I didn't have to do the fingers because they were curled around the thumb. And it was a relatively quick drawing, but it looks like a hand. This is a drawing, again. It's pencil, and it's just part of a landscape. There are 2 trees. This is charcoal. This was done by Joe Bolger for a workshop I went to in drawing portraits. This is very realistic. This last one I did on a receipt that came from using a credit card. And I think that I will try to use this idea for a holiday card next year. I like the idea of a candle holder and a candle. It won't be this sketch, but it will be like this. All right. Have I persuaded you I can draw? I don't know. The time is going by. All right, let's do this. Here are some doodles. Here's back and forth, back and forth. Same thing, but on colored paper. If you like the idea of colored paper, and you have some, go ahead and use it. This was listening to Elvis sing Christmas music. And that's got a lot of energy in it, because some of those songs were absolutely energetic. This is a doodle, but it's a control doodle. I did the doodle, and then I decided I would put words where I wanted to in the doodle. It was very satisfying. It's a slow doodle. This is a doodle. It was a doodle, and then I made it into something. People like faces. I like faces. All right, the time is galloping. All right, let me hold up. This is Lucy. Lucy is dancing. It's good to dance. Lucy has her Christmas hat on, still, even though it's January. Call it a Valentine hat. I got an idea from something that I read. Put on fast music and dance for 3 minutes. Move to the music. Dance as if your life depended on it. Dance, just for 3 minutes. Same thing could be said for drawing. Draw for 3 minutes. Anybody can do anything for 3 minutes. Okay, here's Lucy. Oh my goodness. Well, she's supposed to, oh, I wadded up this newspaper. Now, she looks as if she's dancing to me. Wait, there we go. There's Lucy. I don't have time to do all of Lucy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do her head. Here's Lucy. And what I'm doing is I'm essentially, it's a form of blind drawing to some extent because I'm trying to get Lucy on here. And there's, all right, here she is. And there's the rest of her head. Oh, and this funny, oh my goodness, this funny hat, which is a bow that belonged to another bear. Blind drawing is you're just sort of, you're looking more at the thing than you're looking at the paper. Now, I've never really seen this bow. It's just amazing. There's always more to learn, which is great. And this is sort of a V, and here's the headband. Okay, here's this, more like that. Lucy's eyes. Here we go out from here. Here's one eye. Not the whole thing. Can't see the whole thing. Same thing over here. It's a circle, but I don't see it as a circle. Draw what you see, not what you think you see. You think you know how things look, but you don't. I'm speaking for myself, too, not just... All right, now here's the nose. Wait a minute. This comes over here. This comes here. And here's the nose. Oh, it's funny. It's at an angle. Did I know that? Lucy is a good friend. Lucy lives at my house. I don't think... No, this needs to be down a little more. The nose. All right, so that doesn't look like much. Sure it does. It's fine. It's who I am today. And here's Lucy's paw coming up there. She's having a good time. She's dancing. Pretend. All right, here we go. How are we doing for time? About 9 minutes left. All right, here we go. Now, this is going to be loose. Wait, tape. I can't do this. Here's the handy tape. It's always good to have a little bit of transparent tape. You never know when you're going to need it. Same thing with scissors and a silver spoon, too. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start at the top, and this comes down. Here's this, and then this comes over. This is a red velvet bow. Over like this. I have to keep looking. And there's something magic about keeping looking. And you don't know it unless you do it. And for those of you who think I couldn't do this, of course you can. You can learn new stuff. I can learn new stuff. We all can. And especially it's good to learn new stuff during this pandemic. Have to do something with your time. You can do some things that aren't so wholesome. Okay, now I'm not doing light and shadow. I see all kinds of light and shadow, but I'm not doing that. So I'm going to try to not see that. That's not wide enough, so here. Now we have another one, and here it is. Okay, now, this is a very light line to guide me down, and this is about here. Now, when you do eyes, I'm going to fill this in. I'm going to try to leave the white spot kind of where it is, because that white spot makes the eye more lively. All right, now this one is up a bit higher, and it's not a circle. It's its own shape. Now this one, okay, I'm going to try to leave that one little white spot. All right, here we go down here. This is the nose. I am going to fill this in because the features here make Lucy come alive. I'm not going to do anything with the bow. All right, here's this, and the lines I did before. Oh, can't see. The arm will have to go down. All right, I need to hold it the same way. Do you need to hold something? No. I'm doing it because I've got this show. And I can't put it down on the table. Okay, that's Lucy. Now, this bow is a little bit, it's bigger than it is here. But does that look like a teddy bear? Does it look somewhat like Lucy? Sure it does. So there's Lucy. You can draw from real things. You can also draw from something that's flat, because that's actually easier to draw from something that's flat. This is a mask. This is a sunflower mask. Anything that's flat. It can be a photograph. It can be a picture in a magazine or a newspaper. Anything that you like, that you would like to draw is fine. Here is a sunflower, and I'm going to do this quickly. This is someone's idea of a sunflower, and in this particular case, the artist, remember, an artist designed so much of what we have. There have to be designers and artists, and people think about shape and color. And if they're trying to make something look like something real, all right, and now I'll just fill this in myself. This is a quick sketch of a sunflower. I've done lots of sunflowers. This is not exactly what I would do if I were doing it slowly. But I admonish you to go slowly but I'm now just having a good time. That's what children do when they draw. They have a good time. All right, that has a little more energy. And then in the middle here, I have never seen a sunflower that had a middle that looked like a heart. But this one does. And then this is darker. And then the petals, some of them have sort of a line through the middle. And so that's a sunflower. We have words for things. Sunflower. Don't name things all the time, especially with children, because once they know the name, then they think that that's the important thing, and it's not. The important thing with a sunflower is to see it in all its beauty. All right, I have too much here, so I'll dig into what you could do on your own if you feel like it. This is my draw bag. Here's an old piece of paper. It's the side of a carton. Could you use that? Yes. Here is a piece from a cardboard box. Could you use that? Yes. I think I'll go here now. Paper. What can you use? You can use computer paper, which I use, 8.5 by 11. You can use lined paper. That's okay. You can use paper bag paper. That's okay. You can use the back of a receipt. You can use scrap paper, any paper. I would suggest if you're going to try drawing, even if you're an accomplished artist, that you use one color. Because then you don't have to make decisions about color. Just the one color. What could you do? This is Compliments of Karen Seward, friend of Tom and Charlie and Sue and Kiara and Gabe. Wad up anything. Anything. Piece of paper, piece of fabric. This would be particularly interesting because that stripe goes through there. You put that down on a table, you sit down, relax, have a cup of tea or whatever you drink, a cookie, whatever you nibble on, and just relax and look at this wonderful thing, full of lines and shapes. All right, here's Bert. If you have a Bert at home, maybe you'll do Bert. If you don't have a Bert, you won't do Bert. I have a lot of little friends that I put under the Christmas tree, so I have them. All right, the Chaffee Art Center. Stunning, stunning show. In the paper, pictures and words, unbelievable. Up until February 26th. Make a private appointment, 775-0356, or go on Thursday and Friday, noon to 4, or on Saturday, 10 to 2. Now, I have too many things here, so I will use those when I do the show for February 14th. I have, to end this show, a video which was made by Missy Delahanty, which is stunningly good. It is wonderful. It is of 5 of the murals that you'll find in Rutland City. The first is dolphins on Center Street, then the boy and butterflies on Whale Street. Then there are 2 that I believe are on Evelyn Street. You can see one of them, the buildings of Rutland and fruits and vegetables from West Street. And last, on the side of Rutland, Discount Foods, which I think is on Cleveland Avenue. A stunning, stunning mural done in memory of Carly pharaoh who was killed. Draw, draw, draw. I encourage you to get pencil and paper or markers, to use one color, to try drawing between now and February 14th, and to tune in again. And here come those wonderful Rutland murals, only 5 of them. There are many more. Discover the murals downtown and draw, draw, draw. Bye-bye.